What is going on, guys? NiftyBacon with a new video on Farming Simulator 19. We're starting on a new map. I was looking around to see which maps worked the best to look like Nebraska, because that's where I grew up, basically. So I was like, I'm going to make a new map, and I'm going to make a CornHUSKER. So we're going to go ahead and plant corn in this field. So I bought 2 fields. I have the house that you kind of saw over here, that one right there. So I bought 2 pieces of land and the house. And I have this tractor, and I'm leasing the corn seeders here, the planter. And we're just planting some corn in the field, and we're just basically going to make this farmer a corn husker. Just going to strictly grow corn and grow corn. Nothing else, pretty much, and just gonna do it pretty much start from scratch with whatever money I have, and just sell the corn and keep adding to our farm. And it's kind of small right now. All I need is the tractor, and I'm just gonna lease equipment, so there's no big deal in that or anything. So we're just gonna do that. Let's see if I can avoid this tree. Very nice. Gonna make sure I get this all nice and smoothly done. Alright, get this thing turned back around. As you can see, it's very early morning. I'm trying to get it seated down, so it'll go grow pretty quickly and maybe harvest before it gets dark out for the day. Yeah, just farming our cornfield. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny to think that I'm now in California and doing what I'm doing and everything, and I'm playing a farming game in Nebraska, basically, is what I'm creating this as. So pretty funny, actually, that I'm reverting back to the days in Nebraska. So let's see what we need here. We need to get rid of the cedar now that we're all done. Alright, we got the seed completely sowed for the corn, as you can see. It's now growing, and pretty cool map. It's got like a creek running through the middle of it, so it looks an awful lot like Nebraska would. And there's some differences in the map that doesn't quite look like it, but it looks really, really close to what Nebraska would look like, you know. So the houses would be here, and there's just like cornfields right next to them, and things like that. I got my dog house. I'll try to do a tour of the house here before it gets too dark, since you can't see anything. And it even has a garage, and I was able to park the truck in the garage, as you can kind of see there. That's pretty cool, because this map has different farmhouses than the original Ravenport. So yeah, the truck's in the garage there, as you can kind of see. Now it's getting really dark. We get into the house. It just got super dark. Alright. Probably sleep for a little bit. Here we go. Try to get it a little bit earlier in the day. Use the flashlight. So this is the house. It looks pretty cool, actually. It kind of looked like a Nebraska house would. Kind of an old style ranch house with this old stove. It's kind of cool. Kind of cooks me some breakfast since it's so early. Kind of cool. I got a shine off the window there too. Yeah, it's really nice. I like this house. This map in the farmhouse works really well with kind of a Nebraska themed like farm, like CornHUSKER, so pretty cool. So as you can see, I have a red trailer, red truck, red tractor, like totally Nebraska kind of thing, all red. Does that go big red? And yeah, I got a doghouse over here, which is kind of cool because I didn't realize you could actually feed the dog, which you're gonna see here. You give him some food and he can eat. He even has a ball you can throw, but he doesn't really go fetch it or anything. But I don't know what I would name my dog yet. I just started with this map, put the house down and kind of painted the grass and everything, so got it all set up and everything. It's pretty nice, pretty awesome. Alright, now the sun's starting to come up. It's getting starting to get somewhat bright out. Kind of an early morning to start on the field. Might do some fertilizing and things of that nature, depending on how much growth we've got in the field. Yeah, there's the truck right there, and that's kind of what the house looks like. You can kind of see it since it's dark. Alright, so we got some corn growing. Got well, quite a few weeds, so it looks like we're going to need to do some weeding. Probably spray some herbicide or something on the field maybe. Also do some fertilizer. But growing pretty good. Got our first corn growing in the field. Gotta have that country radio on, man. To get the whole theme going. Let's go to the store and get some equipment at least that we'll need. This is pretty cool here, actually. It's just my house is lined up right with these other houses in this nice neighborhood, and it feels like right there, everything. And there's actually people walking on the sidewalks and stuff, which they don't have in Ravenport map and everything, so it's pretty cool. And some of the signs kind of look European, but at least the cars drive on the right side of the road. For me, anyway. Because I found another map that I was going to use for Nebraska, but didn't really work because the cars are driving on the opposite side of the road. But there's still signs on this one that kind of look European, so. But, yeah, you hardly notice. So we'll get over to the shop and get us our equipment that we need for lease. So we're trying to save some money and trying to do this from scratch and actually legit. Because I can easily cheat and add money into the game later if I so want. So I'm sure I'll want to do that. But I'm going to get the sprayer. I'm going to spray some herbicide and get rid of these weeds first. Now I've already got some herbicide that I used on the previous field because it did have some oats in the field before I planted the corn and everything. So I'll go ahead and get this all hooked up and we'll fill the sprayers so we can spray our field. Get rid of these weeds and get our corn growing really well, get a good yield and everything, so that way we have a good harvest and we can make quite a bit of money off of our field. I did make a little bit of money off of the previous field. Oh, and I actually learned how to turn the headlights on in the turn signal. I forgot about that. On the console, on certain vehicles, sometimes like the Bison, it doesn't actually give you the option to toggle the light. So I had to figure it out. You have to actually hit RB, I think. Yeah, for the tractor, and then you hit B for the option to turn the lights on, and then you can flick between front lights, reverse lights, bright lights like this, And then you can also push left or right on the D-pad as well, like that, to use your turn signals, so you can do the indicator lights. So that's how you use the lights on the tractor, because I wasn't sure how to do that before. But now that I have the game kind of figured out, I'm kind of trying to make it more challenging with these fields in the neighborhood, and this small one that's pretty much like right by a playground. To make sure we don't overspray into the playground and hurt the kids that might be playing in the neighborhood. Let's get this thing unfolded. Oh, that's cool. There's actually like lights on the sprayer as well, so you can actually kind of see what you're doing. It's kind of nice. It seems like overkill size sprayer for this little field. And I'm trying to get used to all these trees that are in the way of my view. But it's kind of more realistic and a little more fun. And I'm just taking my time with this one, so not like the other one where I'm like rushing. Because basically I've got everything I need in the farmhouse, the field, land, and then we're growing corn and just lease the equipment. I have a tractor, a truck, and all that stuff. So now that we got it lined up, I think we can spray. So we'll go ahead and spray the field. This weed killed off. As you can see, it's a very small field right next to the house, so I'm gonna have to kind of move around this weird way so I can hit the whole thing, kind of back it up, and because I can't continue to keep going, so I'm just gonna hit the fence. So kind of adds a little challenge to the game, honestly, so it's not so easy. You don't just have a big flat field where you can just go back and forth and turn or whatever. It makes it actually a little more challenging to kind of maneuver around things now that I'm used to this game a little more, and my driving skills are a little better now. But yeah, this will be our CornHUSKER map. And might start some other stuff, or might grow my other map, the Ravenport one, and make it like this huge epic farm or something like that. Don't know what I'll do exactly. I'll probably start on some other maps as well. Boy, I'm wasting some herbicide, better turn them off. That stuff's expensive. And then I'll have to figure out how much of a profit I'm going to be making off the corn here, off of using all this leased equipment. So probably not a huge profit off of it, and since I'm right by the field, I'm just going to continue going. Alright, so now we got all the field herbicided and weeds killed off and everything. I went and leased a fertilizer trailer. Got some fertilizer in it, and we're going to go ahead and fertilize this field. That way we can get a better yield on our farm. Start off with the smaller field. And I also learned that I can like zoom out a little bit. I can actually see like where it's spraying. This one's a little bit more, or shorter spray, so I'm gonna have to do more passes than with the other one, because this is actually a modded fertilizer trailer. It's a cheaper one, so it's a less cost on the lease, but it doesn't spray as wide of a pattern and everything. So, but it definitely helps with lease costs and stuff like that. So looks like they got sunflowers growing on the other side. So as you can see, there's other houses in the neighborhoods, and so I kind of set up the farmhouse of mine to be like that and everything. So need to mow the grass too. Now that I know how that works and how you can get hay, and well, since I've got all this corn growing, I might actually have pigs for my farm if I get more land or something. That would be kind of a cool thing. So I was kind of trying out animals and seeing how that worked. So I'll have to do some like tutorial videos for you guys on that one if you guys are not sure how that works, or like what the best way to make that happen. Looks like it's saving the game here. I was gonna see how much of the field I got fertilized, but it's not showing me because it's saying it needs plowing. So, oh well, I guess it's pretty good. I'll start on the bigger field and get this fertilization going and finished on this field. Alright, so we got quite a bit of this field fertilized, and got the crops growing pretty well now. As you can see, the fertilization is pretty much complete. There's no weeds, and the corn is getting pretty tall, growing pretty good. So we're going to get to the point of harvesting, and luckily I have the narrow tires in the tractor, so I'm not damaging my crops since it's on realism mode, and damages the crops if I don't have those narrow tires. Hey, what's up, buddy? Still need to come up with a name for him. Probably feed him. It's been a while. Been working on the field for a couple hours. Time for to feed the dog. It's pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool option that you can pick up the ball, as you can see, and then throw it, but he doesn't really go fetch it, and it kind of just goes back to where it was, so still kind of cool. But yeah, this is pretty much the house. So a little bit more of a tour of it since it's more bright out. You can actually see, you can see the truck fits in the garage really well. And you can actually get in it and drive it. It's not just a prop of the house or anything, and I can drive in and out of the garage and go around. But I get kind of stuck here, so you can push left and right on the D-pad and you can move around the vehicles, which is pretty nice instead of having to run across the map like I thought you had to do. So that's kind of convenient. And see, the kind of looks like the corn towers over there, silos that they would have in Nebraska, and the trees and the flat like fields and everything. I just picked this because it looked so much like it. It's crazy. I really like the house design, this farmhouse that they have here, so I just got it. And I think it fits really well. I think this map's supposed to be more European-ish, but it still works for like Nebraska. So it's kind of a cool view out these windows, seeing the cornfield and such. You got like the laptop on the table. Pretty cool detail in this house. And then you can sleep, so pretty awesome. It looks really cool. Kind of feels like I'm back in Nebraska, to be honest. They got like the Reaper shovel or whatever it is. I have no idea what it is. Here's the back of the house. Got like a slide and a playground for the kids. There's a shed back here. I'll have to smooth this out to make it look like I mowed the lawn in the backyard, so it's getting kind of thick. I'll have to mow the front yard or something with the mower or something like that. Give me some grass and hay. But if you guys like the video, definitely leave a like, definitely subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.